Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. That's what we read in Genesis chapter 32 and verse 24. Jacob is in trouble. We have traveled with him for several chapters now, and we have been seeing him win out over his adversaries again and again. And at a young age, he tricked his father Isaac and his brother Esau into giving him the birthright and then the blessings that come through the covenant. And as an adult, Jacob tricked his father-in-law, Uncle Laban, managed to grow for himself a large family and many herds of sheep and a large estate. And at this point in Jacob's story, he's leaving the land of his Uncle Laban and heading back home. Responding to the instructions of God, Jacob is traveling back to the land where he grew up, where his brother Esau still resides. It's time for Jacob to face his brother Esau and to own up to what he has done to him. Jacob is not looking forward to this family reunion, so he sends word to his brother that he is on the way home. And fearful that his brother's hatred has festered and that Esau will try to destroy him, Jacob sends an advance party with gifts. And in his cunning way, Jacob is trying to butter up his brother Esau and to save his own skin. On the night before the final confrontation, Jacob spends the night alone. There is so much that we can read into this story of the wrestling match because so many questions remain unanswered. Is Jacob's nighttime opponent a man, perhaps even Esau himself, an angel, or is he wrestling with God, another theophany of God in Jacob's presence? And who exactly is the winner of this match? Jacob is wounded and walks away with a limp. His opponent declares that Jacob has striven with God and with humans and has prevailed. Does that mean that Jacob is the winner? Perhaps this is a match where there is no winner and no loser. Here's what we know. By the end of the night, Jacob believes he has been wrestling with none other than God himself. Jacob does not die in the wrestling match, but holds on to him with dear life. And in the end, he is blessed, and he is given a new name, Israel, one who struggles with God and prevails. The story invites us to acknowledge our own wrestling matches with family members or friends or even the Lord or even within ourselves. Perhaps we wrestle with our own past. We remember those whom we have hurt, and we struggle to come to terms with our own sense of sin and its guilt. We wrestle with God when life gets hard. We want to get our own way and for our life to be easier than it is. We long for God's blessings and approval, yet there are things within us that keep us from yielding to God's will. This story of Jacob's wrestling reminds us that God welcomes our struggle and will meet us where we are. And though we will never conquer God, God will stay with us and bless us, even in the midst of the struggle. We may end up with a limp or even a new way of naming ourselves, but we will know God's love that will never let us go. This is good news. Amen.